Hello friends, welcome to a new session on MCQs in esophagus. Then first MCQ is leiomyoma of esophagus. Treatment of leiomyoma of esophagus is, this is a straightforward question. In leiomyoma you do enucleation because the leiomyoma has clear capsule which is surrounding it. Enucleation is easier in leiomyoma. Leiomyoma is the most common benign tumor of esophagus. It is most common in the lower two-thirds of esophagus. So here the treatment is enucleation is done. Then question 2. Investigation of choice for progressive dysphagia for liquids than in solids. See, the main question here is dysphagia is more for liquids than in solids. In most of the dysphagias, if you see, dysphagia is more for solids than in liquids. But only in achalasia cardia, dysphagia is more for liquids than in solids. Because solids have the specific mass, center of mass, which is more for solids when compared to liquids. So due to gravity and the mass effects, the solids can push the lower esophageal sphincter and they can overcome the lower esophageal sphincter pressure and they can pass through the achalasia cardia or tight lower esophageal sphincter. But in liquids do not have that specific gravity, so they cannot pass through the lower esophageal sphincter. So here investigation of choice for, this is a motility disorder. So investigation of choice for achalasia cardia or motility disorder is manometry. Then the next question, investigation of choice for tracheoesophageal fistula. See, tracheoesophageal fistula, it is a connection between the trachea and esophagus. Here we should know the site of tracheoesophageal fistula and the type of tracheoesophageal fistula. For this we have to do a barium swallow or any contrast study. So investigation of choice for tracheoesophageal fistula is upper GI contrast study. Then the following image is diagnostic of. This is the image. If you see here, you will see a diverticulum which is seen here. This is the lateral X-ray where you can see the diverticulum. So it is, diverticulum is present posteriorly in the cricopharyngeal junction. That is nothing but Zenker's diverticulum. This is Zenker's diverticulum which you can see. Then the most common type of tracheoesophageal fistula is, this is the straightforward question. The most common type of tracheoesophageal fistula is type C. Okay, in this tracheoesophageal fistula you see proximal atresia and distal fistula is seen in this tracheoesophageal fistula. You see proximal atresia and distal fistula is seen in this type C type of tracheoesophageal fistula. Then the next question is Zenker's diverticulum. All are false except, we will see. Is it a true diverticulum? We will see one by one. Okay. Is Zenker's diverticulum a true diverticulum? No. It is a false diverticulum. It lies in mid-esophagus? No. It lies in upper part of esophagus. It is treated by diverticulectomy. Yes, you will have to remove the Zenker's diverticulum by diverticulectomy or Dahlmann's procedure. Then it is a senile change. No, it is not a senile change. Okay, so the true statement here is treatment is by diverticulectomy. This is about Zenker's diverticulum. Okay. The next question, Heller's myotomy is done for. Heller's myotomy, it is a straightforward question where you do Heller's myotomy is done for achalasia cardia. Whereas for pyloric stenosis, you do Ramstead pyloromyotomy. For Hertzsprung disease, you do Duhamel's operation. Then, falls about traction diverticulum of esophagus. So, what are the things? Okay, you have to see what are falls. Traction diverticulum is caused by extraluminal forces. Yes, it is caused by extraluminal forces. That is, whenever there is fibrosis, okay, that can cause traction or pull the esophagus, causing diverticulum. Yes, it is produced by extraluminal forces. It is not a true diverticulum. Actually, this traction diverticulum is the only true diverticulum in the esophagus, whereas the pulsion diverticulum and the Zenker's diverticulum are false diverticulums. Then, it is a small outpouching. Yes, traction diverticulum shows small outpouchings. It may lead to tracheoesophageal fistula. Though rare, it can sometimes lead to tracheoesophageal fistula. Then the next question, Bor-Heave syndrome is due to. Bor-Heave syndrome is associated with, we will see the options. It is due to burns. No, it is due to vomiting. See, Bor-Heave syndrome is seen when there is vomiting against closed glottis. So this is Bor-Heave syndrome, which is due to vomiting. Thank you guys for watching my lecture. Thank you.